hello guys, welcome all of you on the behalf of Team Drishti. My name is Jitendra Sareen and I will be discussing some topics based on quantitative aptitude. Right? In quantitative aptitude, if we see this particular exam of UGC NET ERF 2023 for this particular year, right? We'll be discussing some of the questions, and in this particular session, I will discuss with you some questions of past 10 years in the topic simple interest, compound interest, and then some miscellaneous topics like averages, like time, speed and distance, maybe one or two questions for general questions based on numbers, right? So all those things I will be discussing with you in this particular session, right? Now, as such, you must have seen in every year, right, we get 5 questions based on reasoning and mathematics combined, in which quantitative aptitude area every year you will get 2 to maximum 3 questions, right? And in those 2 to 3 questions, mainly they are from arithmetic part, and in arithmetic we can say from basic numeracy, from percentages, maybe possible from profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, mixtures, time, speed, distance, time and work, and little bit of basic geometry, right? So those particular topics you should be preparing well, right? In this session, I will discuss some questions in simple interest and compound interest, and with the help of questions only, I will be discussing with you the concepts also, right? Okay, so let's start with this. First of all, simple interest and compound interest. Okay, now let's see the formula first of all. So we know that this is amount is equal to principal plus interest. Amount is what? Final value of the money. Principal is what? Initial value of the money. And I is nothing but interest term. Right? Now this interest can be simple interest, which we represent with SI, or it may be compound interest, right? Now, what is simple interest? The formula of simple interest is P into R into T divided by 100, where P is principal, R is rate of interest per annum. So, rate of interest is always given per annum for 12 months, right? And T is what? Time. So, T is time, and in simple interest that is in years, time in years, right? So, this is for simple interest. And one more thing we should remember, that if I do not change the principal, simple interest in every year I get the same. So, same interest, same simple interest is earned every year if principal is not changed, right? Then we will see little bit in compound interest. So, in compound interest, there is one formula, amount is equal to principal 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. Right here, all the terms have their usual meanings. Likewise, A is amount, P is principal, R is rate of interest per annum. Right? This n is, in general we call number of years, but actually this is number of time periods, right? In general we call it number of years. Now, if one time period is of 1 year, right, then we call it number of years, right? One time period, what is one time period? One time period is that particular time after which the interest calculation is done on the sum of money, right? And then second is R. We know R is what? R percent per annum. Per annum means for 12 months, right? Per annum means 12 months. So, if for total 12 months I deposit the money, then I will be getting R% on every 100 rupees. Suppose I deposit 100 rupees in the bank and rate of interest is running 10% per annum. So at the end of the year, I'll be getting 10% of 100, that is 10 rupees extra on the 100 rupees. I'll be getting 110 rupees, right? Okay. This R%, right, it moves linearly. It means what? If I change the time period from a year to some different time period, let's say 6 months, then this rate of interest will also change. Obviously, if bank is giving me suppose 10 rupees for 12 months extra, 10 rupees extra for 12 months. So for 6 months, he will be giving only 5 rupees, right? So this thing should be clear. If R is 10% per annum, right? Then if I divide this total year in two time periods of 6 months and 6 months, then rate of interest here will be 5% and 5%. And what do we mean by this, right? Suppose whatsoever money I will deposit here, let's say principal, first of all it will increase by 5%. So here I can write P into 1.05, right? And after those 6 months, this 5% will be increment will be on this sum of money, right? On the latest. So whenever, so on the latest, so first of all, right, 1p into 1.05 into 1.05, right? So this is final amount. So these two are what? Successive, 5%, and then the amount which we are getting after 6 months, on that amount again 5% we get, right? So in this formula, n is number of time periods, and I have given you some idea, right? Some idea only, that what is we mean by if we change the time period, then R will also change. So number of time periods here is what? 2 time periods. So value of n is 2, right? Then R becomes half of 10. If n is 2, half n, R becomes half. If n is 4, then in general we can say R becomes 1 by 4th of the original one. Means original one means per annum, right? So that much of the idea in simple interest and compound interest, right? More in length simple interest, compound interest, that I have discussed already with you in the classes, right? Now let's move further. Let's see the questions now. Okay, first question is, given below are two statements. Statement number 1, the compound interest on 280 rupees for 18 months at 10% per annum is 44.3 rupees, right? 44.3 rupees, right? Okay, second statement, at 5.6% rate of simple interest, a certain sum will be doubled in 15 years. So these two statements are given. Now, in light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. So either both the statements are false, or both the statements are true, or one is false, second is true, or one is true, second is false. So out of these four options, we have to give the answer. So important, what we have to check whether the conditions given are correct or not. So let's start with the first condition, right? Now for 18 months, so 18 months I know, 12 months plus 6 months, right? 1 year and half year more. So I know that for 1 year I will get rate of interest is 10%, and the next is what? 6 months only, 6 months. So can I say for those 6 months I will be getting rate of interest only 5%, because for 1 year I get R%, half of the year we get R by 2%, right? So let's check it on the next page, right? So this is 280 rupees I have deposited here, right? Rate of interest here is 10%, right? 1 year is completed here, and then after that half more year, right? So this is half year, so 1.5 year. That is what? 18 months, right? So 1 year, and this is the time period of 6 months, right? 12 months and 6 months. So can I say rate of interest 10% per annum? It is given. So can I say here rate of interest is 10%? Here rate of interest is 5% only. Okay. So first of all, whatsoever amount I get in the end of one individual year, right? That is always R% of the principal in the starting of that year, right? So can I say here interest earned? What is the interest earned? 10% of 280. 10% of 280. That is how much? 28 rupees, right? Now after earning 28 rupees, can I say what is the new sum here at the end of the year? What will be the amount? 280 plus 28, that is 308 rupees, right? This is the amount here. Now for coming 6 months, for next 6 months, 308 will increase by only 5%, right? So can I say what is the compound interest earned? That is 5% of 308, right? Or I can say this is 10% by 2 of 308. So that is 30 by this is 10% is 30.8 by 2. So that is what? 15.4 rupees. So that is the compound interest earned for next 6 months, right? So what is total compound interest earned for 18 months? That is 28 plus 15.4. So that is 43.4 rupees, right? So total interest earned is 43.4 rupees, right? Now we'll see what was given in the question. That was 44.3, and what we were getting 43.4. So obviously this first statement is not correct. So if first statement is not correct, so first option cannot be my answer, right? And last option also cannot be my answer. Oh, sorry, not first. First statement is incorrect. So both 1 and 2 are true. This is wrong, right? 1 is true, also wrong. So either my answer would be A or my answer would be C. Now let's check the second statement. At 5.6% rate of simple interest, a certain sum will be doubled in 15 years. So if the sum is doubled, it means what? Can I say some initial value is P, then amount it should be equal to what? 2P, right? Then only it is doubled, right? So can I say simple interest earned? So simple interest earned should be equal to P also. That's why principal plus interest will be what? Amount, right? So can I say simple interest earned should be equal to what? P. So let's see what is the simple interest earned. If it comes out to be P simple interest, then definitely we can say it will be double. If it is not P, then not. So SI is equal to P into R. What is R? 5.6 into T, 15 by 100, right? So from here we can check simple interest. So obviously if you multiply 15 into 6, 99, 75 plus 9, 84 by 100, right? So this is 0.84p. So simple interest earned is less than P. So it is not equal to P. That's why I cannot say that it will become, principal will become double, right? So this statement is also wrong. So both the statements are false. That's why my answer is first option A, right? Okay, now we'll see other questions. So I hope this one is clear. Okay, next is a sum of money earning compound interest annually doubles itself after 4 years, what is the rate of interest, right? So what is saying, amount becomes twice of principal at the rate of compound interest. Then if it get doubles in 4 years, then rate of interest should be what, right? So I know that this is A is equal to P 1 plus, right? So this is double. So I hope you are getting the meaning of this, and the value of n is 4. So P to P will cancel out. So in 4 years it will become double. Okay. So what is rate of interest? Okay, that is what he is asking. Okay, so can I say any of the thing become doubles if it is increased by 100%, right? So rather putting the value, see there are some options. With the help of options, I can put the value of R here and we can check. We have to take what? Power 4, right? We have to take power 4 of that number. Okay, then we can see what is the value of R, right? Now one thing you can do, that is, if this is the case, right, either we should know that 1 plus x to the power n, we can write this way also, 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 by 2 into x square. These three terms we can use. Okay, so either we can make use of this, right, or secondly what we can do, we can find effective rate of interest. Now how to find effective rate of interest? Now suppose rate of interest is 10%, right, or let's say 20%. Rate of interest is 20% per annum. So that is for 1 year, means this is 20%, right? So if I suppose put 100 rupees here, right, I will get 20% interest, right? So compound interest earned is 20 rupees and amount will be what? 120 rupees, right? Because we know at the end of any year, in the end of any individual year, right, interest earned is always R% of the principal in the starting of that year, right? Now suppose if I break the year in two parts, 6 months and 6 months, right, then rate of interest here is 10% and 10%. Now for the whole year, I want to find what is effective rate of interest, because there are two time periods, right? So for two time periods, if I calculate, we can apply, because these two are what? Successive. First of all, it is increased by 10% and this new value further is increased by 10%. So they are successive. We can make use of A plus B plus AB by 100 in that, right? So this is A plus B plus A into B by 100. So overall it is what? 21%. So if I deposit 100 rupees, if I break in the different time periods, I will get compound interest 21 rupees and the amount will be 121 rupees, right? So on this particular thing you also have to work. This is successive percentage change, right, which I have discussed in the classes also, right? A plus B plus AB by 100 in percentages. Okay. Now can we make use of the same thing, because here one time period is of 6 months, here there are 4 years. So can I say there are 4 time periods, right? 4 time periods. Okay. And in every time period rate of interest is this. So I have to check on which option I am getting effective rate of interest as close to 100%. if effective rate of interest is 100%, it means whatsoever be the principal I will put, it will increase by 100%. 100% increase means it will become double, right? Now see, so out of the options, first of all we are checking with suppose 14%, right? So it is 14% increase, then 14% increase, then 14% increase, then 14% increase, right? So with the help of this, I need to check whether in total it will become 100% or not. So we can combine any two. We can combine any two. Then we can say A plus B plus A into B. That is what? 196 A into B by 100, right? So this is suppose 28 and this is 1.96. Let's consider approximately 2, right? So approximately this is 30. For these two also 30% in the same manner. Now we can combine this 30 and 30. Then this is A plus B plus A into B divided by 100. So ultimately you can see it is only 69%. Only 69%. Right, it means what? My sum will increase by 69% only after 4 years if rate of interest is 14%. So I hope that part is clear. Now we'll check with other options. Now let's try the second option, 19, right? So I will try 19, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 time periods. 19% increase, 19% increase, 19 and 19. So whenever things are successive, we can combine, suppose 4 successive are there. So we can combine any two. Likewise, I have combined with these two, we can combine, and their results also we can combine by applying A plus B plus AB by 100. Right. So if you combine these two, this will become A plus B plus 361 by 100. Right. So can I say this is 19, 19, 38 and near about 41, 42, right? Near about 42%. So this is 42%. This will also be 42%. Now we can combine this. So 42 plus 42 plus this is what? 40 into 40. So obviously this will be more than 1600. We can have some idea, right? So it is more than 1600 plus more than 16, right? So this is what? Near about this is what? 84 plus close to 16. So this will be what? 100%, right? Because here also we have taken in place of 3.61, we have taken 42%. So if it is slightly less than 42, 42, it would have been 83. This is 16 point something, will total make near about 100%. So what we can see, the total rate of interest, effective rate of interest we are getting is 100%, right? In case of 19. So if effective rate of interest is 100%, it means what? The value of the money will become double, right? So rather applying any other thing in these kind of questions, just you can apply A plus B plus AB by 100. That is very easy to apply and check where we are getting in total 100%, and that too we have to check approximately, right? There is no need to do all the things in accurately, right? Approximately we should be getting, because here in the options also you can see this is approximately, right? Okay, now let's move to next question then. Okay, here the simple interest on a certain sum of money at the rate of 5% per annum for 4 years is 420, right? At what rate of interest the same amount of interest can be received on the same sum after 2.5 years? So simple interest is same, right? So simple interest is same. So if simple interest is same, so can I say P1 R1 T1 500 is equal to P2 equal to P2 R2 T2 by this also will cancel, right? So simple interest received is same. And can I say on a certain sum of money? So this P is also same. So ultimately we are working on what? R1 T1 is equal to R2 T2. Now what is R5 for 4 years? That is equal to, at what rate of interest we have to find, that is on the same sum after 2.5 years. Right. So with this we can cancel 2 times 2 into 4 is 8. So rate of interest should be 8%. Now how simply we have applied, because we have read the question that simple interest is same. So initially and finally simple interest is same and principal is also same. So the only thing remaining is rate and time, this product, and simply we have got the answer, right? Okay. Now these were some questions based on simple interest and compound interest. Now we'll discuss some questions from other topics. Now likewise in this, how many terms are there in this series? So if you see the series, right, this difference is 7, this difference is also 7, right, and in the same manner. So if this is 7, 7, right, then till 266, how many terms are there, right? So in total, if you see in arithmetic progression, we know that last term is equal to first term plus n minus 1 into d is common difference. Now last term is 266, first term is 168 plus n minus 1, d is common difference, which is what? 7. So this minus this is 98 is equal to n minus 1 into 7. So we can apply this formula simply of arithmetic progression to get the answer. So 98 by 7, 14. So n is equal to what? 15. So this is the correct answer, right? Else you can check from 168 to 266. What is the difference in total? 98. And terms are running at a difference of 7. So how many times this 7, this gap will come for how many times, right? This gap. So if I divide it by 7, that is 14, right? So you can check if there are 2 gaps, the number of terms will be 3. So if there are 14 gaps, then number of terms should be 15, right? This way also we can think in arithmetic progression. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, here a total of 324 coins of 20 paise and 25 paise makes a sum of 71. The number of 20 paise coins, right, will be how much? So these kind of questions you can work with the help of options also, right? So if you are good in calculations, you can do some calculation fast, right? Okay, now 20 paise coins means 1 by 5 rupees, right? So number of coins into 1 by 5 will give me number of rupees. So first of all, check with the options which are multiple of 5, right? So first of all, if we check 125 coins of 20 paise, so how many rupees will be there? That is 25 rupees, right? And remaining number of coins, 125 coins of 20 paise, then what is remaining number of coins? 324 minus 125, right? So from here, if you see number of coins, 4 minus 5 is 9, 11 minus 2 is 9, 199 coins are left. Now all the coins are of 25 paise. Now tell me, is this possible to get exact value of rupees, because 199 is not a multiple of 4, right? So we should be checking that particular option only which is multiple of 5, and if I subtract these many coins from 324, then this also should be a multiple of 4. right? So can we work as such? I can say the answer should be 200, right? But still we should be working on that. 200 into 1 by 5. How many rupees? 40 rupees. And 124 points, 25 paise means 1 by 4. So 4 into 3, 4 into 1. So total number of points will rupees will become what? 71, which is there also, right? So we should be working with the help of options also in these kind of questions. Rather, if you want to make equation, right, we can work. I will tell you with equation also. Let 20 paise points is equal to x. So in terms of rupees, x into 1 by 5 rupees plus 324 minus x will be 25 paise coins into 1 by 4 is equal to total rupees is 71. So this way also we can work, right? So here if we take the LCM, so 4x plus 5 times of this, that is 1620 minus 5x 71, right? So this is 1620 minus x is equal to 71 into 20, right? So from here we can get x is equal to 1620 minus 1420, that is 200, right? So both the ways you can work, right? Okay, let's see next. The average of 10 numbers is 7. Each number is multiplied by 11. Then the average of the new set of numbers. So in average, that is very simple. If I multiply by any number, if I add some number, if I subtract some number, if I divide all of them by some numbers not equal to by any number which is not equal to 0, the average also will change in the same manner, right? So here every number is multiplied by 11. So this average also would be multiplied by 11. My answer is 77. Now, which of the following statements are correct? Now, this question is based on time, speed and distance. Here, if A's speed is more than B's speed, then to travel the same distance, A will take more time than B. Obviously, it is wrong because of A's speed is more, he will take lesser time to traverse the same distance in comparison to B, right? So, first one is incorrect. Second, two speeds 1500 meter per minute and 19 kilometer per hour are equal. So, we know how to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. So, 5 by 18 we can multiply to convert it in meter per second, right? So, 5 into 5, that is 25 meter per second. The meaning of 25 meter per second, that in every second it moves 25 meters, right? So, can I say in 1 second 25 meters. So, if I want to find in 1 minute or 60 seconds, so in 60 seconds how many meters it will move? 25 into 60, that is 1500 meters, and 60 seconds means what? In 1 minute. So, in 1 minute 1500 meters. So, yes, this speed is also equivalent to 1500 meters per minute. So, second option is correct, B statement is correct, right? So, from here if you see the options, A is not correct. So, this cannot be my answer, this cannot be my answer, right? Okay, B and C only. Yes, these two. So, we have to check C also. Now, by walking at a speed of 18 km per hour, the distance covered in 2 minutes and 30 seconds is 750 meters. So, first of all, we can convert this in meter per second by multiplying with 5 by 18. So, 5 meter per second, right? So, from here can I say in 1 second it covers 5 meter. So, 2 minutes and 30 seconds means 150 seconds. 2 minutes means 60, 60, 120 and 30. So in 150 seconds, it will cover, that is 750 meters, right? So I think this is also correct. So correct answer is option C, right? So whenever we have to convert from kilometer per hour to meter per second, we can multiply with 5 by 18. Okay, here how tall is a tree that is 6 meters shorter than a wall that is 7 times higher than the tree, right? So suppose this is tree, this is wall, right? And the difference is what? 6 meters shorter. And if the height of the tree is x, then height of the wall is 7x. So that is very simple now. 7x minus x is 6. So x will be what? 1. So my answer from here is 1 meter. Okay, in this, a motorist travels to a place 150 kilometers away at an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour and returns at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. His average speed for the whole journey. Right? This kind of question, there is ready-made formula with us that if a person goes from A to B with the speed of A and comes back with the speed of B, his average speed is 2AB upon A plus B, right? So here also we can say 150 kilometers away and returns. So 2 into 50 into 30 divided by 50 plus 30. So that is what? 15 into 2, 3000 divided by 80, right? So 3 by 8, that is 37.5 kilometer per hour. So this you should remember. Whenever two equal stretches are there, we can always apply this one to get the average speed. Now here, this is the question based on ages. A man is 30 years older than his son. 5 years ago, his age was 6 times the age of his son. The age of the son is. So just we have to make linear equations to get the answer, right? 30 years older than his son. So let's say if son's present age is x, then man's present age will be what? X plus 30, right? 5 years ago, what is the age of son? X minus 5. 5 years ago, what is the age of man? X plus 25. So this age, he was 6 times age of his son. So from here we can get the answer. X plus 25 is equal to 6x minus 30. So 55 is equal to 5x. So x is 11. Right? So correct answer from here is option B. Okay, again in this, average of 70 numbers is 32. If each number is increased by 3, then the new average will become. So I have just told you changes in all the numbers. If in all the numbers changes same, the same change will be there in the average. So it is 32, then 3 we can add, answer will be what? 35. Okay. A person in a car drives along a straight road from point A to point B at a speed of 60 for 15 minutes. Then from point B to C at a speed of 90 for 10 minutes. The average speed of his travel from A to C. So we know that in general average speed is what? total distance divided by total time. Now let's see what is the total distance with the speed of 60 for 15 minutes. 60 kilometer per hour. Minutes we can convert in hours. So distance is equal to what? Speed into time. Time we can write in hours. Plus with the speed of 90, 10 minutes. This is the total distance. Now what is total time? Total time is 15 plus 10, total 25 minutes. Right, then you can check 60, 60, 60 we can cancel. This is 900, 900. So that is 1800 by 25. So that is 72 kilometers per hour. So this is how we can find average speed in general, right? And in the earlier question, right, let me show you. This is the average speed when distances are same. Same distance he goes from A to B, same distance he comes back. Then directly we can apply this formula to get the answer, right? Okay. So in this session we have discussed questions based on simple interest, compound interest, for which I have discussed some basics with you also here, and some questions which were based on miscellaneous topic, right? I hope if you revise the concept and you have now solution to all the questions with you of last 10 years. So my suggestion is revise the things properly, right? You can watch the sessions again and again in case of any doubt, right? And arithmetic part especially we have to concentrate more, right? So if you do that, definitely those things will benefit you, and you would be able to solve the questions which would be coming on quantitative aptitude correctly also, right? So thank you very much and all the best to all of you.